Hello and welcome to Cloud Starter. Today we are going to be hosting a static website on an EC2 instance using Nginx. Let's get right at it. So the very first thing we will be starting with is signing into our AWS account. And like I said, and I always say, it's advisable for you to sign in into your AWS account using your IAM user and not the root user. So right now, I am signing to my AWS account. So the first thing we do is go to our search browser and type EC2 so we can get access to the EC2 instance. So right now I have no instance running. The first thing to do is click on launch instances. And here you are presented with this window where you have to input the instance name. I would want to go with let's say cloud server. So you can use whatever name you would want to use. And of course, you already know that an instance is like is like your computer, but on the cloud. So it's a virtual computer. So we now have the choice to choose the particular operating system we want to use. I'll go with Amazon Linux, and I'll stick with Amazon Linux 2023 because it is free tier eligible. And of course, I'll also stick with this option T2 Micro because it is free tier eligible. So free tier eligible here means you can use it, and after you finish using it, delete your resources and you don't get charged by AWS. This is for the purpose of practice alone. So the next thing I want to do is create a new key pair. If you had an existing key pair, for instance, I have a couple of key pairs in my system, I can just choose any of these and use. But for a new user, you can go ahead and create a new key pair. So here you enter the key pair name. I would use downloads into your local system. So this is the key pair we're going to be using to SSH into our server. So under security group, I would want to go with allow SSH traffic. This is to enable you to be able to make use of your computer and the local computer and communicate with the cloud server. Allow HTTPS because we're going to be hosting the site. So we just proceed with launching the instance. There we go. So successfully initiated launch. So this is the instance ID. You click on it, takes you to a section where you can access the instance. So this is our instance, which currently shows here that it's running. Click on it and click on connect to be able to you want to SSH into the instance, right? So this is the option we take. Also note that it is possible for you to work on this instance directly from the browser. In that case, you would use the option of EC2 Instance Connect. So if you go here and just choose Connect, it will permit you to directly connect into that EC2 instance. But the objective for our exercise today is to be able to SSH into the instance from our local machine. So I will go with SSH client, and when you click on SSH client, you already have an SSH command which is generated right down here, which you can use to SSH into your online server. So I will be making use of VS Code to type my prompt. So what we want to make sure is that this SSH command has to connect from the part where your .pem key was downloaded. Normally, when you download, it goes directly to the download folder. So we have to ensure we are on the folder where the .pem key was downloaded. So I'll cd into downloads. So now I'm going to paste my SSH command. It's asking me if I want to connect. I say yes, and voila, we are connected. So when you see this little bird, it indicates that you are connected. Now you can see that we are already in our instance, which is on the cloud. So from here, we can begin our work. So the very first thing we want to do is to update the system. So sudo yum update. So what we want to do is install Nginx on our EC2 instance so that we can use Nginx to host the website. So our installation for Nginx is completed. So the next command is to enable Nginx systemctl start Nginx. So the next command is to enable Nginx. So sudo systemctl enable. So to verify if Nginx has been successfully installed, we can now view it on our browser to verify if Nginx was successfully installed. So we go back to our instance, copy the public IP address and paste on our browser. So here you see welcome to Nginx. This tells you that Nginx was successfully installed on our EC2 instance. So the next thing we want to do is, so we go back to our VS Code. Next thing we want to do is download a web template which we are going to be using to host on our EC2 instance. So we proceed with sudo wget. So like last time we made use of Bootstrap Made. I'll go back to Bootstrap Made and copy the link address to the web template. I would want to go with, so you could go with any of these, but I would want to go with, let's go with iPortfolio. Downloads, click on downloads. It will take you to free downloads. You click on free downloads. Now, the difference with hosting on an S3 bucket is the fact that we're going to go and copy the entire file from our download system and upload on an S3 bucket. But here we're going to use this link. So you right click here and take copy link address. Go back to our VS Code. So sudo wget. So wget will permit us to download this file from the command line here. So it's been downloaded. To verify that it's been downloaded, we do an ls. You see that we have a folder here called iPortfolio, which is the web folder. So we want to clear our screen, so we are working from it. So the next thing we want to do is unzip this folder, because you see it is currently a zip file. So we will have to install unzip to be able to unzip the folder. So sudo yum install unzip, and it's been done. So sudo, so we just go with unzip iPortfolio. So when you use the tab key, it auto-completes, and it has been unzipped. You can do an ls, and you see that you have both the unzip folder and the zip folder. So the next thing we want to do right now is to copy this, our web folder, into the root web user -r for recursive iPortfolio /user /share /nginx/html. So this is the right command. cp iPortfolio being the folder. Then this is the path where our website is being hosted, where you have to copy the web folder to. Once you enter, the copy is complete. To verify that this was done successfully, we now go to our browser, go back to our browser and do /iPortfolio, and voila, the website is loaded. So it was exciting, and I hope you follow through and it will be exciting to you as well. Remember that the documentation for this particular project is on the link below, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can always follow through with all of the projects we post on here. See you next time.